So next, we have Knut Melvær, Sanity's head of developer relations, along with the product and engineering and design team. There's going to be a bunch of people coming on stage who I really love working with every day to demo some of the awesome features we have released to improve the editorial experience of the Sanity Studio. With all these features, we've taken great care to consider how do developers partner with content strategists and editors alike to empower the content teams to deliver these great editorial experiences we're mentioning. So without further ado, Knut, hello.
Hi, can you hear me even?
I can hear you.
Oh, great. I'm not nervous.
Well, just think about all the things you do like extremely well, or maybe focus on someone in the audience. Oh wait,
Yeah. It's almost like something is at stake, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, no worries, no pressure. I'll just roll, the dice. Good RNG, demo gods look down upon us on high.
Yeah.
And best of luck. Thank you so much.
Right. Let's do this. All right. Welcome to the demo section of the open house. We have some cool things to show you all. And who better to show you cool things than the people who actually made the things? We are super fortunate at Sanity to work with not pretty awesome, ultimately awesome engineering and design team. So I'm so stoked about this. I think I want to invite Mikolai at the stage first. Hi, welcome.
Hey, good to see you.
So what do you do at Sanity?
I work as a designer. I work with the product team mostly on new features coming to the Sanity Studio.
All right, and Sanity Studio. I guess a lot of the audience already know the Sanity Studio, maybe have used it for a while. Something has changed in that studio for the last year, right?
Yeah, it did. I think that if you're using the studio for quite a while now, you could have noticed that over the past year, it did change a tiny bit. And maybe those changes were not huge, but they were definitely making the product more and more better with every little change. And I think that, of course, the studio got so much better when you look at it. But what's the most important is what we made under the hood and why we made it. We decided to make Sanity UI at the moment when we realized that we have quite a lot of technical debt, and we're thriving for design perfection, and we do a really good job at that, but at quite a high cost. Because even though we're using the best technologies out there, we're not really doing that in the most scalable, maintainable way possible. And we decided to build our own system, our own library that would enable us, but also everyone else, to build things for Sanity in a much more structured manner. And if you look at the studio a year ago and what it looks like now, it's not a huge change, but it is a really, really big change if you look at the code. Because now everything is built in the same very well thought through, consistent way. And this not only speeds up our work as the people who build the core of the Sanity Studio, but it's also a huge empowerment for everyone who contributes to the community and everyone who wants to build a plugin, but also to everyone who just wants to customize the studio for their own needs. And this is something that right now got so much easier, so much more friendly. But I just wanted to say that we're only getting started. And if you think why now and how it all started. I just want to say that Sanity's UI is not only used for the studio, we also use it for Manage, which is our platform to manage projects. Maybe you remember that thing. That was quite a while ago. Now it looks much different. And that's like the whole idea, that you have one system that you can use for all the Sanity products, but also for everything else. And we've built fun tools to play with it, to experiment, to be able to design with code and do everything in one place with one set of tools. We have a very tightly related to that system Figma library, so you can sketch your interfaces quickly within a design tool and then transition to code. And again, this is just the beginning. So please stay tuned for what we have prepared for you in 2022. It will be so much more about fitting the studio to your needs, making things of your own, very custom, very powerful, but also very, very Sanity.
Yeah, totally. And it's all about kind of like, as you said, kind of like enabling developers to build the things they need to build for their content team, right? I think
exactly.
Like I've been amazed by looking at what you and Marius has done with Sanity UI, and like the Figma thing, like pulling that off, not easy. Let's just tell the people that not easy at all, right? But we have used Sanity UI to build some new features. So maybe should we invite the team to the screen?
Yeah, let's do that.
So here we have Rico, Fred, and Victoria and Björge. Like, hi all.
Hi.
Hello.
Maybe we can do a quick round and you can present yourselves. Rico, do you want to start?
Yeah, my name is Rico, and I work on the studio team as a front-end engineer. And I've had a blast kind of working here for the past 6 months, so I'm kind of a newer here. But I've been teaming with Björge for those past 6 months, and it's been great. We've been building a whole bunch of stuff for you, and I can't wait to show you. That's me.
I guess we can pause it to Björge then.
Yeah, I'm Björge. I work at the studio team. I feel it's a super privilege to be part of this team, and I'm super excited to show you all what we built for the past months.
And so Miko mentioned Manage, and we actually have 2 of the people who built a lot of the Manage app here. So Victoria, you're one of them.
Yeah, hi, I'm Victoria. I'm a front-end engineer working mostly in the studio, but yes, I also led the project on Manage, and it was a great learning process.
And a great result. And Fred, hi.
Hi. I'm Fred. I currently work on the studio team. But yeah, I started a little over a year ago. And I dove straight into the making the new Manage with Sanity UI, which was only about 3 months old then or something. So yeah, it's been great. It's been a blast.
Yeah, and of course we are all here to talk about what you built for the studio. I'm so excited about this. I've been waiting for so long for this particular demo. Rico, are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I think I'm just about ready.
Let's see.
All right.
Nice.
There it is.
Flowers, Rico.
Yes, there's a nice little wellness room I'm locked in right now. Yeah,
right.
Can you all see my screen?
Now they can.
All right.
This looks familiar.
Yes. Yeah. So here is our little demo studio for y'all. And we'll talk about all these things in a second. But yeah, it is about animals. So I guess we'll just get right into it. So here we have our favorites lists. And these are lists that is created by a particular person. So I can open up Espen's favorites. We can see that Espen's favorites are dogs. We can hop over to Victoria's. See that her favorites involve cats. And I think you may see some things here, but we'll get to those. So let me go and create a new list. So this is a reference field in our new reference selector. And here is kind of the infamous create new button.
What?
Something that has been long awaited, right? But yeah, I'm gonna click it. And here we are. So what I just did there was I clicked create new, and it created a new person document that is referenced in this favorites list, which is great. And if you see over here, if I highlight over, we'll get this little validation message that says this reference must be published. So if you remember the old studio, we wouldn't allow you to add a reference to something that has not been published yet. And we'll have more details about that later in a blog post. We have this internal joke that we say blog post to everything. So this time we're serious, and we will be releasing a blog post. But yeah, I can just go here, create myself. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, you mentioned a blog post about a button. Let me just say that creating that button hasn't been easy. I've seen kind of like flow charts with like full of red yarn and stuff. Yeah, it's not easy to make a real-time collaborative application, is it?
Oh yeah. There's like very subtle things that is in here that you wouldn't really think would be difficult. But for example, one thing is validation. So previously validation wouldn't depend on another document. But yeah, if I click this button, this now gets updated and will remove that validation error. And that's something we had to add. So there's a lot of those kind of like little things that make this difficult.
The chat is going wild, by the way. I think I like it.
I sadly only have one screen, so I will catch up there in a second. But yeah, this is it. This is kind of the things we have here. I'll go ahead and keep on adding some more stuff. So here's more of the new reference selector, and I get to pick some of my favorites. I think squirrels are pretty cool. I also think cats are pretty cool. Oops. And we have two items in this list, two things that are allowed to be referenced, which is animal or environment. So I'm going to go add small boxes as another one of my favorite environment that cats live in. So this is the standard environment for cats. If it fits, I sits. So yeah, I think that's it for my list. I'm going to hop over here. Birgit, what would you say your favorite animal is?
Well, if you look at the text above there, you can see a hint. I'm really a fan of capybaras. They're I think everyone can agree that they're the most awesome animals. So I'd like to add a capybara here.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's no.
Well, I'm trying to search for it. Yeah, and you know what? That is a shame. We're gonna have to go ahead and create a new one. So we'll create a new animal. Add our friend. Generate that slug, and I'll select an image. So this one I think is a great one. All right, so let's go create that environment. Where do capybaras live?
Savannah, I think.
Okay.
I think there was some
sounds good.
Internal disputes about where they lived, but
yeah, I haven't confirmed this information. We like looked it up on Wikipedia. I'm gonna break the wall there, but yes, it's a forest-like area, I believe, and we do have an image kind of queued up. Nice. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit this publish button, and then something will happen here. So this is another new feature, and I'll have Victoria explain what will happen.
Yeah. So as some of you might remember, we released conditional hidden fields a while back, and that was, I think, also one of our more popular feature requests, and that really allowed people to create more refining authoring experiences. But now we've also extended this feature to include the read-only option. So now that you can also pass the function to the read-only property, so you can make it depend on other fields, either in the same document or on what role a user have. So depending on those things, you can make that field read only in the studio.
Yeah, and so what I did there with the publish button is there's a hidden flag. This is a custom document action, and it will write to this published once field. And then there's a condition on this slug that will make it read only if published once is there. So now that gives us, slugs that can't be edited after the first publish, which is great for keeping URLs there for SEO purposes.
So you made made a reference to some code, like custom code being written to make this possible. Just want to highlight that conditional fields, also super awesome feature. I think it goes beyond most systems because you can use simple JavaScript to make these rules. So they can be anything that the editors want it to be, right? And it's easy to express that in different ways. So
yeah, and we have even more conditional stuff coming right up. So
even more conditional stuff? Is that
yes,
even
we'll
possible?
Get to those in just a little bit. Yes. All right, so I'm going to close out of this one. And then now we have an environment and everything looks good here. So I can publish this once more. We'll see we have the same sort of read-only thing. This thing right here just became valid because, it is now public. And let me close that once more. So as you can kind of get a feel for it, this really changes and affects the editor experience because it allows you to come to whatever you're working with and think in that way. So if you have structures that are top down, this reference is in place and creating them in place gives you the ability to think like that and follow through. So to recap, what we just did was we created a brand new animal. We opened it in place, did all that kind of stuff. We created a new environment. And then, as we went down, we cascaded upward and published until we were ready to create all that stuff. And that really connects the experience, especially if your things are modeled in that way. And yeah, we have a little bit more as well. So I'm going to hop over here real quick to show another example. And maybe Nikolai, you want to add some notes on the experience here? But yeah, this is another reference. Okay,
yeah, it seems like we've got some errors in my favorites. That's not fun. Like, can we try to fix it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so there's a reference to a dolphin. And yeah, that's pretty nice. We can now also open it in place. What was wrong?
It says that this reference must be published. So if I hop over here, I guess they live in the ocean.
Yeah.
But then it says this one, there's also an error. So let's go hop over here.
Okay, let's dig even deeper.
Yeah, that one looks good. I think we can publish now and then go back upward. All the validation looks good now. I can publish once more.
Pretty nice. We can do all that without losing context.
Yeah. So that's kind of the power of references in place. You can keep following those little links and references to fix things and keep you in context. Do you have any more words on that, Nikolai?
No, I think we're pretty much good to go.
Okay, sweet. So then, of course. I think I like your list. Well, we forgot. Let's add some stuff in here. We also need to include dolphins in your favorites, of course.
Exactly.
Yes, and then we might as well include oceans.
Capybara, please.
Oh, yes, of course.
Thanks.
All right, so I'm about to toggle
more
this
capybaras.
one. Yeah, what a shame. We need more capybaras in the world. I'm about to toggle this thing right here, and then I'll let Fred explain what just happened.
Yeah, I think it's ready.
Yeah, so I just clicked it, and some stuff just happened. Can you care to explain, Fred?
Yeah. So your list is now ready, and we have all these fields that are like images and slugs and stuff that only make sense, right, when it's ready or when it's public. As Victoria mentioned, we already have like conditional hidden and read-only on fields, but we also extended it to support be supported on field sets. So now you can like group a lot of fields in a field set, and you could just say that like this whole group of fields should show only when it's public, right? In this example, which is great. So you can reduce the cognitive load and hide stuff that doesn't make sense before.
Yeah, and I think on that note, that's the perfect segue to this thing that you may have caught your eye.
What's this? I haven't seen that before.
I know, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? So I can click here, and there's some stuff missing maybe. And if I click on this one, we'll see, I guess, some filtered fields. I guess you could call them groups. Anyway, Fred, would you like to comment on the new feature we have out there, which is field groups?
Yeah, you you can also call them tabs, right?
Yes.
I think we don't go very long. Like every week, someone asks us about tabs in the studio, right? I'd like to put some fields behind tabs, right? And some have even like made some very impressive plugins to make that happen before we were ready. But we are happy to finally say that we are working on native tabs or field groups, as we like to call them, inside the studio. And you see them here in action.
And I believe the spec for them were since these are groups, I can make a field go in more than one of these tabs. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. You can put both fields and field sets into one or even more. Like you can have different groups, and you can even have groups that only show for certain roles. So, for example, if you have like a group of fields only for your editorial team, or you have a group of fields only for the people working on the SEO or translation fields, then you can make those show up only for them, and they can easily filter to only see those fields. You can also note that we always look at them as filters and not tabs per se. So you can always see all your fields on the all fields tab there.
Yeah,
I think
that's all we have for the demo. I'm going to hand it back to you.
As someone who uses the studio pretty much every day, this is so awesome. I can't wait to actually to use this for my content work. And like people, like we have like, is it tabs? Is it groups? I think it's important to kind of say that there's kind of actually deep thinking behind all of this. And you mentioned it's about kind of reducing cognitive load, reducing the things you have to deal with and take in when you just need to do a thing, update some content, fix the spelling error, whatever. And the really nice thing about Sanity Studio, I think, that you all have made, is that it takes that kind of like editor experience and decouple it from the content modeling. So this is about kind of like having the fields in the right place at the right time. And you don't have to kind of like do compromises with how you shape your data in order to get that. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. So this is really great design and engineering work. I'm not just saying that. You know, I would have told you if it wasn't. So probably not on screen, but yeah,
I feel the same exact way.
Probably in a blog post.
Right.
Yeah.
This didn't click for me until after we built it. I had never really realized the power of opening up all those things in the same context. So kudos to Nikolai for the great interaction design there. Like it's more than I expected it would be.
It seems like from the chat it's more than anyone expected it to be. So some congratulations.
Also, maybe one thing to add about groups and why we distinguish groups from tabs is that the fact that we made the tabs is just the beginning. Like now you can group the fields however you want. It will never influence the structure of your data or how you need to sort them or display. And you can also do whatever else you want with it. If you don't want tabs, you can make a table of contents or an accordion or any other thing. So yeah, we are really excited to see what you will do with it.
Yeah, and when people do something with this, they can of course share that in the community on slack.sanity.io. There's a channel called I Made This. We want to see what you're doing with this. It's super interesting. Now something happened that doesn't typically happen when we run demos. Nothing went wrong. What's up with that?
We have great beta testers, really.
Also, it's just a simple button, right? So what can go wrong?
Yeah. Apropos beta testers, good that you said that. Like we had some great beta testers in the community in a super secret channel the past week. Thank you very much for kind of like beta testing this. We're, as you all know, we are always listening in to the community, and even though sometimes it doesn't look like that, we are also aware of GitHub issues. And I think there's a GitHub issue that we can close now. And yeah,
oh my god!
I think if Bjørge can share a screen, I think Bjørge should be the one who does this.
Yeah. Actually, I would really love to, but my Mac has decided to overheat. Too much awesomeness at the demo, so I think I have to ask someone else to do it.
I think Rika's Mac would handle.
Yeah.
Yes,
let's do it together, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes,
everyone can open the issue and push the button at the same time.
If you want, you can go to the web page and just close it, and then I can refresh the page frantically.
All right.
That could work. Do we want to do that? I think you should still get the honors. If you can.
So before we go do that, if you scroll up to the when was this issue created? That's a while ago. Right. Let's see. Tarun also wanted to join here.
I've been waiting for this.
Tarun is not only banter lead, he's also product manager. So he has vested interests there. All right. What should we write?
Released in version 2 something. How was it? 2.22.
Very boring.
We did it. We done did it.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll go with the boring one.
You can put it in parentheses after.
You can link it. You can link it to the release, maybe.
That's a good idea. I guess. Let's pop over there.
This is how real work is being done. By the way, this is how it looks.
I don't think we.
We published it to IPM, but we did not do the release. But I can still link it because I know what the URL will be. With this hack I call Markdown.
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna be a broken link, but no one.
Do you have the hype button ready, Tarun?
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go.
Do it.
And also,
awesome.
Maybe this will make us a little money. Yeah. Nice job, team. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so stoked about this. Have I said that yet? All right. Of course, people can meet you all in the open house after the scheduled program, and there will be a blog post going deep into references in place and so on. And yeah, we're not going to stop making new things, are we?
No, we have Sanity UI, and that's kind of the point of it, right? Like, it's given us the velocity to add all of these different features, and that we really, it's not like we couldn't do it before, but we've like lacked. It's required more refinement on getting those designs right for certain UI pieces, and all that burden is kind of like lifted. So kudos
Feels
to
like we
Marius.
have
Kudos
superpowers now.
Right.
Yeah, and I look forward to bringing you back in 2022 because I know we have some awesome things coming up. So so stay tuned, everyone. Thank you all for doing this. Right.
Thank you. Bye.
Let's see.
Boot, 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 boot. Okay. Yeah, let's do some jumping jacks or something.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We are so efficient today. We are like 13 minutes ahead of schedule.
What do we talk about? Should we talk about what happened in Vegas? Or probably not. Okay. Now, so I gotta say it. Yeah, we've now with enough time is passing, it's become a little safer for everybody to meet. So it's been really fun over the past couple of weeks for everyone to have come together as well. We were even kind of, looking over shoulders and giving people comments on code, just like in the old days. It was a lot of fun. And
hovering art director.
You all popped over to Vegas to go visit one of our developer relations teams. So how was that trip? Fun?
I can't say much specifically, but yeah, Vegas was great. We were in a seminar room at the Fairfield Inn and did some workshopping.
Can we pull up that room? Can we is that photo easily queuable?
Of course, I can.
Everyone should know how seriously we got down to business.
Wasn't prepared for impromptu slideshow from our Vegas trip, but I'm a devil. I should be able to improvise, right? So let's see.
Yes, so this is the official Sanity robe exclusive. Maybe if you all ask really nicely, we could put it up on the store. But yeah, I'm just glad to wear something a little lighter because this fire is not a virtual background.
That was the wrong. That was totally the wrong. That was the wrong image. It wasn't.
There's the DevRel
that's
team.
Super embarrassing. Let's see. So this was the one I wanted to show.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where the magic happened.
It is. So here we thought a lot about developer experience and how to talk about Sanity and explain it and so on. And we uncovered some things we can improve. So looking forward to fixing those things in next year.
Yeah, that Fairfield Inn. Shout out to Fairfield Inn for
some more proof. There were I missed whiteboarding.
Whiteboards.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you bring your own markers or did they supply them?
These were hotel supplied markers, and I actually worked, which is kind of that's the testament to how great this is. And yeah, we did some Vegas things as well. We went to a show.
Hey!
So we saw Penn and Teller. So we are now practicing magic tricks in the studio. So let's see how that goes. Right.
I mean, references in place is kind of magical, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Again, looking at those flow charts that Björgen and Rico had to make to kind of deal with all the states. I'm flabbergasted, as they say in Norwegian.
Well, and then we were talking about it internally that it's references in place doesn't even do justice to what was done there. I mean, I think it's we wanted to call it something cheesy like references 2.0 because it's just such a major rethink of how you think about content. And actually there was a comment in the chat earlier, which I think from Tommy, and was saying, this is going to help rethink how you even create and author content in the studio. Because the epiphany for me was before references in place, you almost had to work backwards from the smallest node up and in a very obtuse way. You had to have the whole model in your head. But now you can kind of build the model as you go. And I think some of that was referenced from Carrie and the team, and even in the book that Carrie wrote. So it's really awesome to actually see that possible in the UI. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and as you kind of said, like it just justifies the whole structured content approach, and it makes it so sweet. So yeah, cool. I can actually see our next guests are starting to get in place. I do
have one housekeeping thing.
Okay.
So I earlier mentioned that we're hiring, right? And we still are totally hiring, but I have to issue just one small correction. It turns out that I was reading the jobs email that had a typo from someone who provided this information to me. And so the top level domain, sadly, .ok does not exist. So all my hopes that, I could make OK websites is not going to be. So if you still want to email us and learn about careers at Sanity, you can email sanity.io, jobs@sanity.io. But, however, if you are excited about the okayness of that email, good news, because thanks to Armando on our SRE team, you can point your browser to sanity.okinawa, so OKINAWA, and you can check out our career space from there. So, and soon, if you email, I think actually this works. We just tested it. So emails to jobs@sanity.okinawa work as well. So you can still reach our team with a little bit of OK flair. Thanks so much to ICANN and our Japanese friends over the sea. So.
I like it when SRE don't have anything to do, so they have time to just debate by domains. That's a great thing. That's a great state to be in. So yeah, I'm going to do replace myself with Lauren. So we'll be off screen a bit. So you just have to keep the banter up, TG.
Okay, sounds good.
Right.